is the Big O Show.
All right, baby, here we go. There he is. How's your golf outing going so far? How bad are you?
All right. Well, before we got on this call, I had back-to-back cars. And then, while I'm trying to hurry up, make sure I get on here on time, I went ahead and doubled my last hole. So, it was off to a good start here. But we bounced back after this.
So the pressure got to you and you choked, is what
There's
you're
a
saying.
reason I'm not on the tour. Oh, there's a reason.
Okay.
That's
all right.
reason. That's the only
right.
thing.
All right.
Other than
Hey,
that,
listen, I'm sure you're doing a hell of a lot better than I am, because all I ever do is drink beer, smoke cigars, and just, spray the ball all over the place. I usually take about 47 balls with me, and I may have 1 or 2 left over when I'm done. But, hey, the fun is there, and that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
That is all that matters. We're having a good time. It's 80-some-odd degrees out here. It's Florida living. This is what all my friends that don't live here ask me, oh, how much golf are you playing? You out on the course, you doing this? I don't go out nearly as often as I should. So celebrate a quiet day by having a fun one.
All right, I like it. The $1 million question I am asking today, and I asked it of Alan Poupar, and I'm going to ask it of you. We know that they're trying to negotiate a deal with X, and X is going to want his money, right? Because he deserves his money, and he's going to want to get paid. Do we have a deadline? And is that deadline draft day? By draft weekend, do they need to have a deal in place with X? Or could it get, a little uglier with X if he doesn't get his money by draft day, that then they lose opportunities there and they may need to ride it out a little bit more? So do you think the draft may be the deadline by when they have to get a deal done with X?
It depends on what kind of good faith they have in this front office. I think both sides want X back in Miami. I think there's enough trust on both sides to know that even if something doesn't get done by draft weekend, that doesn't represent some sort of deadline. I'm very interested come Monday because, since there's a new coach, Mike McDaniel, they can start their offseason workout regime 2 weeks before any other team. I am interested in whether X feels the need to show up to that. But again, I don't think that there's any hard deadline. And sorry about the wind here. I don't think there's any hard deadline. I think there's, again, enough good faith on both sides to know that they'll be able to hammer something out before the start of training camp, preferably.
By the way, who are you golfing with, and are they constantly bothering you about Dolphin information? Because, when I go out with my buds or whoever, it's constantly trying to, find out dirt about the Dolphins that you didn't write about or I didn't say on the air. Come on, tell me this, tell me that. So are you getting some of that during this golf outing?
I'm not going to dox anybody I'm out on the course with, but I can say everybody's in the industry. So it's less bothering about news and more, I guess, trading opinions. We can say that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So wait a minute. Who's there with you?
I told you, man, I'm not doxing anybody.
You can't tell me who's in the foursome there with you guys in the media?
I cannot, man. It's a secret society here. Secret fraternity, man. You're going to get me kicked out.
Anybody else from our family there? Can you tell us that at least?
Maybe, maybe not. Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
So Cameron Wolf is there with you? Is that Cameron Wolf in the background? Who's that in the background?
I can't confirm or deny.
I'm trying to figure out who the hell that is back there. Who the hell is that back there? Are they any good? Are you the worst golfer out of the group?
No, not at all. It was a nice shot. No, he just knocked it on the green. Actually, from probably about 180 out. Yeah, so it's closer to 110.
So it's people on our beat, is what you're saying, on the Dolphins beat that you're with.
At least one.
At least one. Okay. It's certainly not Adam Beasley, because he can't golf for anything. He has zero athleticism, I'm sure of that. So it's not Adam Beasley. Who else?
I've golfed with Beasley a couple times. He's fine. He's all right, man.
Are you sure?
He's like all of us, man. Everybody's got their moments.
I don't know. I don't think Adam Beasley can golf at all. I think you're lying there on that one. I don't know. I don't think Adam Beasley doesn't look like a golfer to me at all whatsoever. I don't know about that.
Nah,
All
man,
right.
he's got his
So
like
we're not
everybody.
going to get
He's got
any
his
dirt.
moments.
All right. We're not going to get any dirt on who the foursome is here, or a threesome, or twosome. What is it? A threesome, twosome, or foursome? What is it?
We got three. We got
Okay.
three.
All right. All right. Good stuff there. All right. So are the Dolphins done for big names, or are they waiting for the middle linebacker to lower his number? J.C. Treader, because of injury history, to lower his number. The GM already said they're not going after Tyrann Mathieu. So I don't know if you guys asked him about Treader and the other one, but are they done with that level free agent is the question.
It would be it's we're just gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to see. And I know that sounds like a cop out. They at the very least they sound content to bring a bulk of this roster, to bring a version of this roster into training camp. I know Mike McDaniel said, hey, we're not done. We're not done. But I think a lot of their work moving forward has more to do with building chemistry and acclimating to his system and the new playbook rather than it does adding pieces that are going to make a noticeable impact. Treader is something to keep an eye on, but I thought it was very interesting that Chris Greer kind of lauded Michael Dieter and basically said that knee injury was a freak injury last year. It was his first under center, which does make sense. That is the reasonable conclusion to come to. It's his first under center. He wasn't really able to properly develop, but he does get interest from around the league every offseason. And, every time you have, let's say you have something, you have a thing, and all of your friends keep asking, hey, man, how much do you want for that? And how much can I pay you for that? What would you trade for that? Then you have to start to wonder, okay, maybe this is a little more valuable than I'm giving it credit for. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is a collector's item after all. Maybe I should put this on the shelf for a little while or properly take care of it. So I think that's what they're going to do. I think Dieter is somebody they want to see develop. He's somebody that whose presence they like in the locker room, and he wasn't bad at center. He just didn't really have time to fill that role. I mean, he missed. I think it was 11 games last season, or 9 to 11 games last season.
He missed a lot.
He didn't have time to really develop after winning the job there in training camp. So I think they're content to bring him in. Draft-wise, they're in a position to really draft the best player available. So if that is an interior offensive lineman who's got center flexibility, I think that would be it would be a strong move just in case, somebody at center, one of the guards doesn't work out, or they need to move Rob Hunt back over to right tackle, and Jackson or Eichenberg don't work out at right guard. Then they have somebody who they can kind of plug in the gap there in the future. But as far as big names go, I don't know. I think if I had to put money on any of them, which I don't want to do, but if I had to, I would guess maybe Bobby Wagner would be the case. Like I would say maybe don't count them out there. They did bring back their entire inside linebacker room, but there are no standouts per se in that room. Like there's no standouts, there's no star in that room. It's kind of like
there's not even a Bobby Wagner at 87 years old.
There is no Bobby Wagner in the inside linebacker room. You can quote me on that. They do not have a Bobby Wagner on roster right now. So maybe don't count them out there, but I just wouldn't expect. You do have to keep some money for your draft picks, even though they got rid of 2 of them. You do need to keep some money around to sign a vet during the season, just in case somebody is a surprise release, or you need to fill in a gap after an injury or something of the sort. You do need to keep some flexibility around there. Not to mention, you do have some guys that are going to want to get paid soon. Andrew Van Ginkel is going to want to get paid. Christian Wilkins is going to want to get paid. Mike Gesicki or Durham Smythe, well, Smythe's on for 2 years, but Mike Gesicki is eventually going to want to get paid. So you need to keep a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of wiggle room for that. Not to mention, of course, you got to sign Xavier Howard, and you're going to have to give him, something sweet off the top in order to, in order to further preserve that relationship.
And I think also with the O-line part, I think they feel the way I have felt all last year. I don't believe all 5 linemen are terrible like some people think. Oh, they missed on all these linemen. I think all those people that think that, they're wrong. I think there's going to be a few good guys there, and I think they see the same thing. They just felt it was coaching that failed them. And that's why they only added 2 guys, because they feel the rest of these guys are going to fill in the rest. And maybe that's why you won't see a JC Treader or any other move. They're expecting that the coaching is what's going to make a difference now on the offensive line and for those players. Agree?
Yeah, and I mean that's basically what I've been saying on the show for the past month, right? That this staff does not necessarily see offensive line as big of a concern as the outside world does, as fans do, and as other media members do. And I mean, we got to think of it logically, right? They spent 4 top 100 picks on the offensive line over the past few years. You're not going to miss on every single one of those picks.
Right. By the way, I can also tell you, not only is Adam Beasley not there, neither is Omar Kelly. There's no way Omar Kelly's playing golf with you either. That's another guy I don't see on the golf course whatsoever.
No, golf is not Omar's sport.
Right. So I'm right on those 2, right? Those 2 are not there.
Yeah, I can confirm that. If we're playing, what was that? What's that game? The little board game where you flip down the faces after guessing like characteristics. Oh, does he have glasses? Do they have freckles? What do they have brown hair? You're playing that little. Somebody in the comments help me out, man. One of y'all I know. No one of y'all knows what I'm talking about here.
Oh wait, Sean, open your mic. Huh? Guess who?
Guess who? You're playing Guess Who.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right. What are you working on ESPN so folks can check you out after you stop golfing?
It should have come out today, but where the Dolphins go from here, based around Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer's comments at the league meeting this past week, basically discussing, okay, like this is the state of the offense. This is what they need to do from here. This is where, like I said before, the additions that they need to make, like the moves that they need to make, are more internal than external at this point. Like they need to build chemistry. They need to learn the system. They need to find their position on the line. It sounds like there's going to be a little bit of shuffling on that offensive line if we listen to what McDaniel said on Monday. And then furthermore, the story, the feature I've got going on about the charity work and the community work that Jalen Phillips and Jalen Waddle and Christian Wilkins and a couple of their teammates have been able to do over the past couple of weeks. I'm really excited to get that one out there. Still just been wrapping up interviews for it, but that should be coming probably in the coming weeks, maybe as soon as next week.
There you go. So check it out at ESPN. By the way, is there a bet on this game?
Not at all, man. Not at all. Just a fun day at the yard.
Okay. All right. Well, of course you're going to have fun. You don't have Beasley or Omar with you. I mean, that would be a disaster if you had. That would be a disaster if you had those guys. And you don't have Poupart with you because Poupart was fixing his car at the dealership. So I know Poupart isn't there either. Salguero is definitely not there. I know Salguero's not there because he's not very sociable. So that's definitely not true. He's definitely not there. He doesn't go out with anybody. I'm right also, right?
Yeah, none of those people. I feel like that's
like the easy one.
Yeah, that's low-hanging fruit. That's the word. That's the phrase we're looking for.
I did. I went with the low-hanging fruit. I did. I'm guilty. All right. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. Catch his work there at ESPN. And, of course, you can catch him twice a week here where he does some bad golfing and he does some great interviews, giving you you have no edge on the golf course, right? That's really you have no edge on the golf course, right? Is that what you're telling us?
I have no edge on the golf. That's cold, man. That's cold. I'm trying to. I had my edge until I had to come on the show, man. You take my edge from me.
We made you nervous. Damn, dude. Tell you, we had higher expectations for you, Marcel. Higher expectations for you, bro. All right, so go get a hole in one now. Go get a hole in one now. All right.
I can do that, man. Thanks for having me.
You got it, brother. Thank you, as always. Appreciate you. There you go. Marcel Louis-Jacques, baby, with no edge whatsoever on the golf course.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.